Welcome, everyone. Welcome to a new week. Welcome to your lunch break. And today is so fun. Today, we are starting the week with a conversation about quarantine beauty and quarantine fashion and all of the things that make us, that like surround beauty, beauty for ourselves, beauty for our spaces and our world. Like, we are diving into all of that juiciness because we desperately need to. Like, it is a necessity right now. And so we are so excited to welcome you to Lunch Break. This is a conversation that we have as part of our Las Comadres community. We have this conversation every weekday at noon. We've been doing it for several weeks now. And this is an important topic that we're super excited to dive into. I want to introduce our experts, which we're so excited. This conversation is going to be so fun. There's people here that are experts in their own right in different spaces around beauty, and I know we're going to have a very juicy conversation. We have Miriam Soberanes, who is a graphic designer and visual artist. We have Jill Sandra Guzman, otherwise known as Jelly, otherwise known as the prima I didn't realize I didn't have. But Jelly and I are both Dominican, both Gigi and both Guzman. So we probably are cousins. We haven't quite figured out how yet. But Jelly is a fashion stylist. And next we have Dora Salazar, the woman I credit with saving my skin. No small feat. Dora is a paramedical esthetician and beauty professional. And last but not least, fresh off the plane from Colombia, we have Erika Rodriguez, who has been through so much lately, and we are so grateful to have you back in Miami and safe and healthy. And Erika is a specialist in hair care practices. And so welcome, ladies.
Well,
Thank you.
Awesome.
So excited to be here.
Yes, it's going to be a super fun conversation. We are going to get it started with the question that we always ask at the beginning of lunch break. And that question is, what are you grateful for today? So on this day, in this moment that we're living, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful to be talking about beauty. It's been a rough couple of days, maybe even weeks for a lot of people. And I love talking about this conversation, this topic. There's so much that I have to say, learn and listen to. And it's getting my mind off of a lot of things that have been happening lately. So I'm excited about this right now.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you for hosting this and
Of
giving
course.
us a whole background explanation on how to get this functioning.
100%.
I'm very grateful for also being here with these amazing ladies. I'm honored to have been invited to a topic that is extremely important to me. Yesterday, actually, I did a nice HGTV video about my hairstylist, and I'm very grateful for hairstylist Erika because she put together my hair color to do my roots. She did like a little kit, and I did it myself, and you know.
Oh, there might be, if somebody's doing it, just turn the volume down on your phone.
That is not easy at all, you know? So I realized that just doing my roots, I'm like, oh my God, this is like, you know, I really appreciate service always, but I'm taking it now, it's gone to another level. So thank you. And, you know, for what you do.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Cause I got a situationship going on up here that needs some addressing. So yes, I can relate.
Oh,
I'm grateful about, you know, being here and sharing with everyone this moment. It's been also great to be able to work on some projects and doing things at home that makes you also feel good. It's super important to do something for you because we're always taking care of everybody and we leave us always last. But whatever you do for yourself, ultimately it's going to really have an effect on the people that surround you because it's going to make you feel more confident and it's going to make you feel better. So I'm super grateful of sharing today and being, you know, surrounded by all these wonderful women.
Thank you.
Well, I want to share with you guys that I am extremely happy that I was reached out to be a part of the panel because I feel like once this quarantine started, I was hesitant to kind of speak up about fashion really, because to me it was like, well, I'm in the industry of more of services, right? And to me, it was kind of like I'm more luxury, right? People are more right now like interested in, their financial crisis and like the impact that we're having on society. Like there's much more important topics. So for me, it was really hard for me to even create content or like, what am I going to post on Instagram without feeling, bad about myself and what I do. But I'm happy to be here and grateful to be talking today, because believe it or not, whether you're showing the world or showing your inner self, to wake up and look beautiful and get beautiful and feel confident, yourself before anyone else, I think is very important. And at least it's helped me through a lot of things. And I know that it's something that can help a lot of women. So I'm super happy to be here to be talking about this topic with other beautiful women.
Yes. And so I think, Jelly, that's a great way to lead into my first question, which is, why is beauty important? Like, why is it important right now? And I definitely feel like it is, but let's hear from the experts. Like I think you started to make a really good point that we could very much expand on, like why this is even relevant and important right now, because I think also important is a relative term, right? Like, yes, there are new urgencies that we need to address, but we have seen how art and beauty is honestly what's keeping us together.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
what's keeping us alive. It's what's keeping us in our humanity and in our joy. And so, like, let's have that conversation about why beauty and feeling beautiful and like creating beauty in this moment is important.
If you want, I can continue.
Beauty, I think, is, oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I agree with you in the sense that, for me also, as a skincare specialist, for a moment I said, does beauty even matter at this time? Because a lot of people, there's so much people in pain, and, so many people could consider that superficial. But really, beauty is more than that. It's a way of creativity. It's a way of self-expression. And you can't suppress that, because that's in you. That's your essence. And when you kind of do something for you, not in the sense of beauty that is superficial and competitive, and actually that beauty that could be harmful. People competing for perfection, which I'm totally against that. But it's more for the beauty of taking care of yourself, for the beauty of self-care, for the beauty of doing something that makes you feel good inside and out. That type of beauty, I think, is what really keeps everybody healthy, because it's part of your own well-being. It's part of feeling better. It's part of gaining confidence and strength to continue to go. You definitely feel better when you wake up in the morning and you take a shower and you do your hair. And even if you put a little bit of lip gloss and mascara, it automatically has an effect on you. Mm-hmm. So, and again, like I said before, you will transmit that to everything that you do throughout the day. So even with your kids, your whole attitude changes. So I really believe that beauty is far more than just the skin deep. It really goes inside, and it makes you feel better, overall.
Yeah, like to share the same thought that Dora was sharing, and also Rachel Hollis put it as how you show up for yourself. So like, what is it that you're doing for yourself? Because beauty, it's defined in so many ways, but when you do it for you, it's unique. Nobody can multiply it, nobody could make it their own. It's yours. Maybe, I don't know, I don't know about any of you, but how I put mascara is like, I look almost like a dog drooling, like, but I don't know, it just gives me so much balance, and then I don't get anything on the crease of my lid, and then it or the way that I put on lipstick is, and you're just doing something for yourself. Nobody else could take that away from you. It's what you're giving to yourself, the value that you're adding for yourself, and how you're showing that up for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I feel like a completely different person. And Jelly, I see where you're saying, because I'm an artist, I'm a designer, and I also struggled at the beginning on how do I show up for people in general, for my clients, for my just my social media base, because it's like, oh, so now I'm going to talk about your surroundings and this beautiful painting, and what I can do for you, and then design your logo and your branding, and people are going to be like, really? I'm getting laid off, or I'm trying to put my life together, I'm homeschooling, like but that I just realized with myself of like, I'm all about feeling comfortable and everything, but I feel like a different person when I, just taking a shower, like trying to do your hair, even pull it up and put a little bit of makeup, wear something nice. Like you said, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to go out anywhere. I'm not going to, but I mean, this is me. I'm showing up. This is how I project myself, how I start my day. This is how I'm going to start creating. And even if I'm going to go and paint, yes, I'm going to put clothes that are not going to get ruined, but I want to feel good. I want to feel like, and there's nothing wrong with wearing PJs all day. I've had days like that. There's nothing wrong with it. If I do it every day, I start feeling down. So, the house, like, I know we're all being extra clean now for sanitary reasons, but I want it tidy. And I am actually working on the project in my kitchen. I want to do paintings for my kitchen. I want it to be beautiful, because it does feel very good to go downstairs and like, you know what? I'm here all day. I want something good, nice to look at. It feels good to be like, my house is pretty. I like how this looks. This, adds color. It adds light. I I think it's extremely important. So definitely.
So I'm going to talk a little bit more about fashion, because maybe beauty is not but I think it goes all in all totally. But definitely, I agree with the fact that you have to show up, and you have to show up for you. So I go back to what my little introduction was, and that we dress up to go out to a bar, to go out to our friend's house, to go out wherever it is that, our social, gatherings were. But at the end of the day, if you show up with the most expensive clothes head to toe, and inside of you, you're not confident to yourself, then you're not going to portray or relay the message that you're trying to relay. Right now, the most important thing is for you to feel beautiful inside and out, and more importantly, inside than anything else. And I think via expressionism, whether it is with your clothes or your hair or your makeup or all together, whatever it is, or your space, like Miriam is saying, like, that has become also something really important for me. I'm super OCD, so I literally wash dishes 75 times a day. I clean, I am like disinfecting, I did a beautiful mood board in my, that Miriam inspired me, a little mood board, by my desk. So it's just doing all that. And then definitely, like, I don't know about you, today I blow dried my hair in like 3 weeks, but I have actually been embracing my curly hair, which is like huge for me. Like, I have probably about 10 years that I've been blow drying my hair. So yesterday when I saw Miriam do her own little like do it yourself color kit, I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, the fact that we're all going to now, my husband hasn't gotten a haircut in like a month, so he has facial hair that's like coming out everywhere. I'm like, I don't know what we're gonna do with this hair growing everywhere, but we can get used to it. But what I'm trying to say is that we're like kind of embracing like our own beauty, like however it is that we're natural, and we should be happy and grateful for that. Like the fact that I'm nurturing my curls and like looking into products and having the time to do that and take care of myself and deep conditioning my hair and all these things, like that is more important, because that will lead to productivity, that will lead to you working on your projects, and to everything else, and give you that bump of energy that we need on a daily basis. Because I was listening to a podcast actually yesterday that Lauren had, one of our comadres, she had sent me from, I forgot her name, but the more important thing is that she was talking about how this is not like this is not a sprint. I think that's how she said it. This is like a marathon. So this is not something that's going to end April 30th. This gets lifted and like, oh yeah, we're going to be able to go places with like 50 million restrictions. Like, no, the world has changed. And this is for the long run. So like we just have to really look at how is it that we are nurturing ourselves, whether it's through beauty, fashion, and all that, and do it and be consistent and like really make an impact on yourself to then be able to empower and show the world what is it, this new you, like this new, more grateful you.
I love that. And I think that that's like such an important point about the time and space that we have these days that we wouldn't normally have. And I think that there's a lot of pressure around how to fill up that time and space, and the idea of filling it up with taking better care of like your physical body and your physical space like is really yummy to me. Like it feels like delicious. And I'm wondering like if you all have ideas or tips that you can each share kind of from your vantage point and your expertise in terms of like what could people do now that they have more time and space to take care of their skin, their hair, like the way that their house looks, their clothes, you know, like what can we do with this time? Like what are some fun projects that you could just like, you know, like we usually like don't have time to deep condition our hair. Now we have all the time, right? So like I'd love to go around with everyone and have you share that.
Mhm. One of the most important things is, like you said, taking that little time for you, either if it is every day, even if it is 5 minutes a day, something for you. In my case, the skin is my expertise, so I'm going to give you some tips because this, unfortunately, it's one of the places where stress shows first, because everything that happens in our body will manifest outside, and the skin is an external organ, so you will certainly reflect it through your skin. People that suffer from acne may be, you know, breaking out more. People that suffer from rosacea, they would probably have a flare-up, because anxiety and stress is detrimental for the skin. So definitely, you know, in general, taking 5 minutes, you know, to do something just to reduce the stress levels, it's going to be beneficial. But, you know, something that you can do for the skin, it's like maybe once a week or twice a week, do a little bit of exfoliation to the skin to remove dead skin cells. An easy one, if you don't have one at home, that you can do, you know, with things from the kitchen, is just a little bit of brown sugar with honey, and a little bit of olive oil, if you have, or jojoba oil. That makes a great exfoliator. And you know, you can gently massage it, leave it on for a few minutes, because the sugar, the brown sugar, has you know, natural exfoliants, and the honey has enzymes. So in itself, it's like an exfoliator and mask at the same time, and then you can rinse it off. So that will make your skin definitely brighter. Also, you know, massaging your face is, I'm a huge believer in facial massage, because you can, you know, reduce levels of stress, move the lymph, eliminate toxins at the same time, oxygenate the tissues. So by doing all that, you're going to be bringing life to your face. And it's really, I mean, if you, I don't know if you've seen one of my massage routines in my profiles, but it really takes 5 minutes a day, and you can do it. And I'm telling you, you're going to feel like a new person.
Dora,
So,
could you do like a 30-second little sample of how you would massage your face?
yeah, of course, of course. Well, you know, all you need is, I recommend facial oil like jojoba, or something that it's compatible with your skin. Sometimes if you suffer, you know, from anything like acne or rosacea, you don't want to use too many like essential oils, you know, that are aromatic, because those could be sensitizing. So something that it's more like an oil carrier is better, like jojoba oil or sweet almond oil or grapeseed oil. Those are great. But basically, you know, you want to start your massage, you know, always going in areas, you know, like from your cheeks, you're going to go to the sides, and you go down, and you go, you know, all the way here, then you go up. And always you're going to, when you finish your massage, you want to drain down, because you always want to drain those toxins out. The lymphatic system, you're draining it down. But once you're here, you want to put a little bit more pressure because this will release all the sinuses. And then when you're doing it around the eyes, you want to go in this direction. Like this.
I feel relaxed just watching you do that.
No, me too.
And then you can just press a little bit more, because then you want to release, and this is when you're going to bring it down. So if you want to do, let's say, a lifting, you can always go this way. And you're going to do movements by area. So here we're lifting up the cheek. Here, remember that we have the marionette lines. So you want to encourage this area to be lifted, and we move forward towards the forehead, and you go here, and you're going to finish here.
Oh my God, how amazing. Should we
I know, I'm like
daily, or
should I do
Then
this now?
this time you go down and you're going to drain. And something like that, if you want to reduce, those lines around your mouth.
Wow.
And you always pulse, 1, 2, 3, because we have to drain. So at the end, you can, go like this, because it really helps to release a lot of stress, tension. This is super healing, actually, right here. And
you're
then,
tapping your chest, right? You're just
right.
tapping.
And then we go here because this is where we drain. We have the lymphatic.
Oh, yes.
drainage.
Oh,
Yes,
you
yes,
do
yes.
this?
The armpits,
Right.
right?
Oh.
So, something like that you can do. When you do it, my advice is that you set up the environment. This may take only 5 minutes. It could take longer. When I do it, when I'm very stressed, I make it to last like 15 minutes.
Oh,
But really,
yummy.
you can do it in 5 minutes. But if you set it up with a candle, maybe with some soft music, and you do that with with your oil and everything, even those 5 minutes, I guarantee you're going to feel like a new person.
Right to sleep.
Amazing. Lovely.
Love
All right.
it.
So that takes care of our skin.
Love it.
Yes. Mhm. So, that for me, I think those are some things that you can do regularly that can make a big change for your skin, not only because you will be reducing the stress, cleaning out those toxins that are what really cause a lot of inflammation to the skin, and you're going to be reducing also levels of cortisol from the stress. So the skin, if you do this daily, even though you may be very stressed out, by the time that we go back to work, I guarantee you your skin's going to look good. It's going to look much better.
So we have a scrub, which you can do with household items in the kitchen, and the massage. So that takes care of our skin.
Right.
How about for hair, Erika?
Okay, so I just want to explain really quickly the science of a hair strand, right? So we all know that we have skin, like Dora said, is our largest organ. Then we have the muscle underneath that, and then the bone, right? So that's how the hair is composed of. It has an outer layer, like an in-between layer, and then the bone. What happens in the bone is all chemical change, like hair color, perms, some smoothing treatments like keratin, things like that, right? What happens on the outer layer, it's like haircuts, heating tools, and some colors. I'm not gonna go too in deep into the colors, right? So when we use inappropriate tools, for example, like cheap metals of hot tools, then we burn the skin of the hair. And all we have is the muscle, right? So then we don't have like a surface protection. We only have like live skin and a bone, right? Or if we use cheap scissors, right? To do kitchen beautician haircuts, right? What we're doing is the outer skin that we have, we're opening it up. So then we're exposing the muscle. And then the bone doesn't have that much protection. So if you are gonna try something at home, make sure you're purchasing it from a reliable home. Don't do colors at home and don't do haircuts at home. Why? Because the scissors that you're using at home, for example, like something like this, if you have this blade is not sharp enough to cut the hair. So what's gonna happen, the outer skin, it's gonna open up and you're gonna expose it first. And second, you're going to create split ends. If you're trying to get rid of split ends, why would you do something that's going to create more split ends? It doesn't make sense to me, but I invite you to consider that and what your purpose of haircut is first. Second, hair colors at home have to be divided by categories of permanent, demi-permanent, or semi-permanent. So what is it that you want to do with your hair color? If you want to cover your gray or change your hair color to a lighter hair color, then you want to use something permanent. If you want to stain the surface of the skin to maybe remove a color that you don't want so much, you want to use demi-permanent. And semi-permanent is like fantasy colors. But fantasy colors only work if your hair is white, literally white, right? So then you just put the color on and that's it. And tools, right? So blow dryers, brushes, curling irons, all of that. If you use cheap metals, you're just exhausting the hair of heat. So then again, with the skin, you're just removing that skin layer, so you're exposing the hair into it. So what is the best metal out there? Titanium. It doesn't leave metallic residue, so it won't affect the hair color whenever you decide to do hair color, and it helps seal the cuticle of the hair. No hair, unless it's extremely coiled or extremely curly, needs to be past 380 degrees of heat. If you use too much heat, it's like you going outside and going to 380 degrees of heat. What are you gonna do? You're probably gonna melt. Imagine what you're doing to your hair. The same thing. And then when you are styling, whatever you do to one side, you have to literally do the same thing to the other side. So I have a wand here. Sorry, let me just reach for it. So for example, if I have my tool here and I'm curling, imagine like this is the hair, or better yet, I'll do this. Now let me turn it this way. If I do this and I get my hair here, I'm turning back. So then when I move to the other side, I need to move my hand placement and get it here and move it. How do you know if your hair is curled or flattened? If the hair is hot, it's done. That's it. You don't need to cook your hair. You're already putting 380 degrees of heat. You don't need to like keep like, oh, I'm gonna deep fry my hair. No, that doesn't look cute. It's only good for like fried chicken or something like that, or an egg.
Or
But don't do that to your hair. Or tostones, exactly. On queso frito, something like that.
And Erika, are there maybe any like any deep conditioning things, like something that feels like nourishing right now that people could have time to do? Like, what would you recommend? What's one thing?
Of course, there's plenty of things that you could do. Just shampoo your hair twice. If you have like whatever kind of shampoo, I recommend professional hair care products. But if you have household items, for example, you could get 1 tablespoon of vinegar and 3/4 of a cup of water, regular water, and you mix it, and you mix as much as you want to. You put that on your scalp, you let it sit for 20 minutes on dry hair with a shower cap if you have one, and that's going to balance the pH of your scalp. So if you're suffering from excessively oily skin or scalp or dandruff, or maybe you feel like your hair is never cleansed enough, do that mixture, but only on your scalp. The rest of your hair doesn't need it. Why? Because so hair, it roots out or it grows out from your hair bulb. So imagine this is your hair bulb here, right? And these are all the nerves and all of the blood vessels, and everything that you put inside of your body is gonna come into the hair bulb. And then from there, you're gonna have a root, and that root is gonna grow out. So whatever you're experiencing on the inside, it's gonna come out on the outside, right? Just like Dora said. So if you're experiencing any kind of malnourishment, and that doesn't mean that you're starving, it can mean that you're eating just chips and soda, for example, you know, because
which is the truth for a lot of people right now. So let's be real.
Yeah. So if you're just putting that into the blood vessels that's going to feed the root of the hair, then you're not going to have anything that's going to come out good from that. So I'm not judging you. Just do your thing and slowly come back into something that's going to feed something good to your hair. So it could be happening. Also stress is on the inside of you. You're not feeding it, but it's accumulating on the inside of you. So it's going to come out from your hair. So vinegar with water, 1 tablespoon of vinegar, 3/4 of a cup of water. Put it on your scalp, 20 minutes, shampoo your hair after. Deep conditioning treatments. You could use avocado with honey. Like just get half of avocado and put it with honey. Put it on dry hair before you wash your hair, because if you put it on wet hair, it's gonna dilute it. First of all, the nourishment and the oils of avocado, and second of all, you're not gonna be able to wash it off. Put it on dry hair. Try to focus just on the ends of your hair. Your root doesn't need it so much because you produce everything that I just talked about from the hair bulb. So you produce all of that. Don't do it at the same time that you're doing the vinegar. Do the vinegar one day, and then maybe another time do that, because then you're gonna make un guacamole ahí.
I know, in your head.
Yeah, you're gonna be mixing some stuff that I don't even know how you're gonna take it out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. All right. So we have skin and we have hair. Jelly, would you like to talk us through some of our fashion choices?
Yes. So I want to start with, I cleaned my closet about 2 weeks ago. I put some stuff on Instagram. I think
that's such a good thing to do right now.
Yes. Yes.
I want to do it. Thing to do right now.
Yeah. I normally do it big time, 2 times a year. So I like to do it around the fall time. So I do it around September, October. Here in Miami, it's been difficult because I was born in the Northeast and I lived in New York. So then coming here, the weathers are like, I mean, I have like a month of maybe that I can wear a few sweaters, but I would normally typically
sweater weather is two months maybe.
Yeah.
Or a month. That's it.
So I have fall, winter, spring, summer, but there's something about like, there's a great sensation that I get from decluttering my closet and like letting go. It's also very hard to let go of pieces that I have been sitting with for tons of years, where I think that I'm going to wear there, or I think I might be fitting back into that size that I'm going to wear, or it's no longer relevant anymore into my style, because some of us, our style change over time. So 2 weeks ago, I cleaned my closet and it was amazing. I think one of the things that we can really focus our time during this quarantine is to kind of take, like, I like to break it down by 4 steps, right? So number 1 is for you to visualize the space that you're cleaning, whether it's your drawers, your closet. I did it in 2 days. So I did my drawers and then I did my closet on another day. So visualize what is it and how is it. Get inspired. Go on Pinterest. Go follow your favorite bloggers. Follow your favorite people that you love and see how is it that they, kind of compartmentally like fix their closet and their drawers. So I have my way where I like to have my tops, and then my tops, I break it down by like my crop tops, my bodysuits, my long sleeves, and like my short sleeve blouses. Then your bottoms, whether you have your skirts, your shorts, your jeans, your trousers, I like to have it like that. I don't like to color code. There's people that like to color code. So there's closets that go like that, but that's a little, I know Miriam, I've been in her closet. Her closet is just ginormous, but her closet is amazing. Number 2 step. So number 1 is visualize. Visualize how is it that you would like your space to look like. Number 2 is for you to step out. So what I mean by step out is step out, try to see if one thing that you can do to step out of your comfort zone, like try something new. I know we talk a lot about trends in fashion. Not everybody likes to follow all these trends that are going on, but some of them can be translated in different ways. So just try to see if something you can step out of, your comfort zone and try to wear that top in a way that you never thought you could wear it, or you never thought you could rock it. This is the time for you to try on, have fun, like buy a bottle of champagne, like sit down with your husband or your partner or your friend on FaceTime, like on Zoom, make a party out of it. Like show people your outfits. That's super fun. That would take a Friday or a Saturday night, for you to do something like that would kind of make you feel like normal human again. Number 3 is for you to care for yourself while you're doing it. Like this is a part of you that will make you feel great. Like once you finish this exercise of cleaning your closet or, decluttering it, it's going to make you feel great, especially with what you're going to do with step 4, which step 4 is to give back. For example, I took out of my closet 5 bags of clothes. 3 bags of clothes, my sister-in-law and my sister kind of divvy up between them two, because they're like
distributed those.
They're like, no, before you give it away, I gotta see it. So they give it up, but then you can donate clothes to people in need. Gabby was saying, I'm from Dominican Republic, and my I have family that's very poor over there, and then family friends and people in my own country who are very poor, who don't have shoes, clothes, like, you know what I mean? So anything that I have, normally my mother-in-law puts together boxes and she ships it out there, you know, and they, you know, we send it to one person and they give it around to everybody in El Pueblo over there, you know, whatever it is. But that makes me feel great. You know, when I go back home and I visit and I see clothes and I'm like, oh my God, that was mine like 10 years ago. And it's still being recycled. It's amazing.
That's awesome.
So I think
That's awesome.
like, you know, it's takes time. It takes your mind out of things. It makes you rework your closet in ways you get to come out with new outfits that you never thought you could wear, that you forgot you had in your closet. So just really, you know, try to take the time to do that and have fun with it.
That's awesome. And I think just this, I want to add this just because I've studied feng shui before. It's amazing how powerful from like an energetic standpoint, just going through the motions of that is, because clutter is stuck energy. And so even if you are, like for me, one of the biggest things, like I really enjoy every time that I'm going through a professional transition or even a personal transition, going to my closet and looking at like, okay, the woman that I am becoming and the woman that I want to be, like, would she wear that dress?
Yes. That's
Also, when is the last time that I freaking wore that dress, right? And so like thinking about those things, like this is such a beautiful moment that we're all like reinventing ourselves and all thinking about what's next for us. Look at your closet and think about like, does this match like who I'm becoming and like who I want to be? And like, I honestly, it's funny because I had been walking around in like shorts and t-shirts for weeks, but I went on Amazon and I just got like all of these simple little like cotton dresses that are kind of like muumuu style. And I'm living in these now and I love them. And I'm like, this is my quarantine wardrobe because I feel like they look really cute. I'm comfortable, but I also feel like I'm dressed. I'm not like, you know, cleaning the closets on the floor every day. And for me, that's making me feel good. And so like thinking not only for right now, but for later, like how you want to show up and how you want to, you know, showing up for yourself. Awesome. And Miriam, what would you like to add to our kind of like quarantine special deep dive of beauty?
You know, the closet, that's going to be like my next project. I'm so super excited. Dilly's was gonna come in and do it for me before this whole thing started, and I think we're still gonna do that party because that's gonna be so much fun. So and something that I want to add is like what happens to me is that when it saves, besides all this yumminess, it saves so much time because knowing that every piece in your closet is something that you would love to wear. Like if you look at something, you like be honest and be like, I would love to wear this, right? It's gonna be really quick. Wherever you pull out, you're gonna love to wear it. So it's gonna save you time, right? So, and that's also, I mean, I think it's what you said about visualizing. It also, you know, applies to your space. Sit down, same thing, you know, take pictures, close your eyes. How do you want to feel? Artwork should be uplifting. It should, I would say it should be whatever makes you feel uplifted, whatever makes you feel calm, relaxed, things, colors that bring good memories, photographs that bring good memories are very important. Things that you look at and you know, people who are in your life, people who were in your life, is not, I don't find it to be sad. On the contrary, it's like, oh, you know, this is beautiful. And make it, you know, frames. There's really inexpensive frames on IKEA. You could order online. There's a bunch of like Michael's. There's a bunch, even Target. A little inexpensive frame goes a long way. So that's something that I always recommend. You know, artwork in general. There's also apps that you can actually take a picture of your space. Can I share that later on the
we can share it in the comments later.
There's some in the comments, and I've been using them, and it's really cool because you take a picture of your space and whatever artwork maybe you're shopping for or something that you have put away, you don't even know where to put it, take also a picture of that, and it's very easy to place it I'm a visual person, so, and I think that we all are here, and a lot of people are, but some people need to see, like, how would this look like next to this and this wall around this. So I always tell people, I recommend
So you could like test it out in a way.
test
see
it
how
out.
It's gonna look like.
Exactly.
That's
Test
awesome.
it out before you put the nail, or you put
Before you
this,
commit.
Before you commit. Also, cutting pieces of paper, the size of your frames.
Yes,
And
I love that trick.
it's really good. Like lay them out on the floor, play with them. Play with like the how would they look now? Some of them are squares. Some could be square, rectangular, different sizes. Whenever you're happy with that layout, take a picture of it and just mimic it on your wall. That's another tip that I always give people.
And because there's so many ways to make your home more beautiful that really don't require a lot of investment. Some of the stuff you could do with what you already have.
Yes.
Like it might just be a matter of like pulling some stuff from the closet, pulling it back out, or switching things up, or getting a couple of easy purchases on Amazon or whatever it is, because I think that there's like, we're spending so much time at home that we get to be surrounded by beauty as well, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And so we have had
downloadable
posters.
downloadable artwork that you pay $5-10 for. I mean, that goes a long way. And plants, by the way, plants and flowers. If you have
plants and flowers, it's a whole. I feel like we should do a whole lunch break on plants.
Yes,
like that will be delicious.
It's huge.
And I want to mention Miriam has gorgeous prints up on her website that you can also check out.
Yes, I'm having I'm gonna run a special for Mother's Day. So.
Yes, very cool.
Yeah.
So I want to bring up just a couple of comments that have been coming in as we have been speaking. So Rosemary was watching Dora do the face massage thing and said, but it feels so much better when someone else does it for you. And then she says, however, I'm feeling relaxed just watching you. I think that that's wonderful. Also, Rosemary, you can have your partner watch Dora's Instagram videos and train him on doing this for you.
Have him do it for you.
I know man hands aren't quite as delicate, but y'all can figure it out. And Karina was talking about, this is mind-blowing. Karina got rid of 22 hats.
Wow.
And realized that she doesn't need so many and she won't wear them. Like I have 4 and I thought I had a lot.
Amazing. 22, does she keep any?
I'm sure, I imagine that she kept some. Karina, let us know if you kept some of the hats.
Wow.
So I want to take this moment to like very specifically call out. So if anybody's watching right now and has questions for these ladies, I'm sure they would be happy to answer, whether it's like how to make your space more beautiful right now. A lot of people are having issues with skin, with hair, like whatever is coming up. Bring it up. Like ask us your questions. These experts are here to answer them. So kind of as those are coming in, I would love to ask something that is like, let's talk about like really like a simple little thing that wouldn't take a lot of time, that could really shift someone's energy, because I do feel like part of what we're experiencing right now is I think a lot of people have been in their pajamas for a month. Like a lot of people have been feeling, and it comes like from that tie that we've been talking about, that emotional drain that is manifesting physically, right? Like all of our fears and our concerns about this moment are also manifesting into like not taking good care of ourselves. Like, I don't know why I remember the first job that I ever had, as I started to hate it with a passion, I started wearing the same thing every day. That was a surefire sign that I was done. And this is like 2005. So remember, it was like the time where like those like little Ann Taylor like sweater, like the twin sets with like the top and the little sweater that was the same color. It was awful. And then
Ann Taylor.
Really, I had 2 black pants and like 3 of those, and that's what I would like. I didn't even want to think about it, but it's a reflection of how how we show up for things can sometimes can very often be a reflection of how we're feeling. And so many of us right now are very concerned and are going through this moment of genuine genuine fear and genuine concern, and it just feels like how could you even start to wrap your head around beauty again? Maybe you feel lost. So maybe what's something that would take like 5 minutes, like something that's super, super simple that could like flip the way somebody feels. If everybody could share kind of one quick thing.
Mhm. For me, I would recommend a mask. A facial mask is like the easiest and super quick way to flip your skin around. And once you start noticing changes in your skin, immediately you will be more encouraged to doing other things. But also, a little bit of mascara and lip gloss that can really, completely, change your energy in a heartbeat. So do the mask and then apply a little bit, when your skin is looking good, then apply a little bit of mascara and lip gloss, and I guarantee you will be feeling already better.
Beautiful. Awesome.
For me, I think it would be two things. Can I put them in one?
Yeah.
It would be one, really to accessorize. So let's say you, Gabby, now you went onto Amazon and you bought all these dresses, right? How quick and easy would it be to throw on a pair of statement earrings?
Yeah. Or like a chunky
throw on
necklace.
a headband?
Yes.
Or, it's nonsense.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, but where are you going? To your living room? Well, who cares? Like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like, put it on. Like, put on this, put on a cute little statement necklace. I don't have one on, but whatever it is to just add on an accessory. Accessories are very inexpensive. You can get them, like you said, you can get them from Amazon. I've been buying hair clips because now that I'm curling my hair, I try to like put it to the side or like put it in a cute little bun, and I'll add like little clips, like fun little colorful clips with pearls. Like, that is quick and it's easy. And then my second one is to add on a pop lip. Add on that red lip, add on that pink lip, add on
Let me
that
tell
orange
you, I think I'm sure there are studies out there about the power of a red lip.
of a red lip. Like,
Seriously.
amazing. I know Liz was on your lunch break sometime and she put on that red lip, and I commented and I said, Liz, you showed up and you own it. And she was like, Jelly, you were my inspiration. I was like, you make my life.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Erika,
Yeah,
you
I
got
would
something for
say
us?
I have a few things. Yeah, so wash your hair. You probably you just probably have everything at home. Just literally wash your hair.
Can I
Once
just
you're
stop you for
done.
1 second? So in the last like 7 weeks, so I have a lot of these calls, and and like every time that somebody has been like, you look good, and I was like, I washed my hair. Like that's the accomplishment is I washed my hair.
Yeah, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel clean and almost like te despeja, like it opens something up that you feel like you didn't have. And once you're done washing your hair and you step out, part your hair a different way. It's free. You literally could do it with your hand. If you do this, just do it to the opposite side, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, who is this? Welcome. What Jelly said is true about the accessories. If you have bobby pins already, just get a glue gun if you already have one, or crazy glue, and you could buy literally a bag of pearls, loose pearls, and just glue them to bobby pins, and you have literally your own custom made hair accessory. Like, nobody could copy you. If they say they got it on Amazon, they're lying. They're lying. They're lying. So just wash your hair.
That's awesome. That's excellent.
Love it.
Last thing, you could put a little bit of eucalyptus oil on your conditioner. And if you want to stimulate your scalp with it, oh my god, it's gonna make you feel like a brand new queen.
Yes. I use Pureology.
Yes.
The hydrating conditioner has that built in.
You're my girl.
Oh my, I'm like, like I could
Yes.
stay here forever. Like, it really,
Yes.
and if you have a headache, that everything goes away and it just wakes you up. It just is like, it gets so happy, right?
Absolutely.
Best money spent.
I'm all over
It's
this.
not that
Eucalyptus
expensive. I
oil.
don't care.
Eucalyptus tea tree you could use too, mint, anything that's mentholized you could use. And if you want to do your own like massage scalp, just start from the back, move forward, and then finish at your temples here, press in and release, and it would change your life. I wanted to keep it brand neutral, but I did want to say
Sorry.
Pureology. Pureology has it already.
Awesome. Yeah. So we just buy like the eucalyptus oil, like the like essential oil.
Yeah, you could use essential oil, and if you're gonna use it just on your hand, just try 1 drop at a time, because if you're like me, I like to use more is better, and then I'm like, oh my god, my scalp is on fire.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yes, especially
I'm
right
better
now,
with
we want to
vinegar.
avoid that scenario. So
Exactly,
1
yeah.
drop at a time, people.
Yeah.
1 drop at a time, yeah. I mean, if you want to use more conditioner and then try it again with like 2 to 3 drops, you can.
Awesome.
Like, just make sure you rinse it off first 100% and then do it again.
Cool. All right. Thank you.
Of course.
Those are great tips. How about you, Miriam?
You know, your space, you know, I mean, it's really, this is not about like what you put on, I know, but just open the windows, open the curtains, light, all the light that you can get. It makes a huge difference. Even if you're feeling down, when you feel down, you know, let the light in. And surround yourself with colors that are, again, that are uplifting. It makes a huge difference. Also candles, you know, candles are very, very important. And I know that we're not going out there and buying flowers, but if you know, if you go out to your garden or somewhere and you see like just put it in a little jar, and you know, play with your mason jars, whatever you have at home. You have so many things in your house that you can turn into, like, you know, pretty vases. Even if you have paint laying around, there's like maybe a wall or part of your house that you want to just like change the color. Actually, I saw an email today, and I think I'm going to color my staircase. Part of it, you know.
So
I
cool.
know, because it's like, just it makes a huge difference, and it really I don't know, it changes my perspective of how my day is gonna go. For sure, that is like hands down.
I love that. I love
very
that. I want to share an update that Karina kept 15 hats.
Oh wow.
Karina is the hat lady.
Jeez.
Karina
Okay,
kept 15 hats even as she gave away 22. So that is the official update. But I think also, Miriam and everybody, we're leading into, like, I'd love to, like, just in closing out our conversation, having that concept that, you know, like all these things, like this is not canceled, like beauty isn't canceled, right? Like we can bring beauty into our lives in all kinds of different ways, and get back in touch with how that makes you feel, right? That makes you feel like connected to you, and in this beautiful way, just have a moment of escaping everything else that's happening, right? Like this little moment for you. And so, like, for instance, like all of these women show up in ways where they're just like, beauty is one of their values. Like that's what they're here today, because it's one of the things that holds them up. And I find that I really want this point to be driven home, because I know we started to talk about it at the beginning, but that beauty is incredibly important in general. And I think it is critical right now. And so these women have owned it. And I would love to have everyone watching, especially any beauty professionals watching, to really own it, to really like take like this moment and like understand that what you are creating in the world and what you are bringing to the world and what you are sharing is the thing that brings us back to who we are, is the thing that makes us happy. It's the thing that like helps us take care of ourselves, and that the beauty is not frivolous or not important, that it's actually essential, right? And so like coming back to that, like anytime somebody like makes their home look beautiful, fixes up their hair, like has their skin look good, and has an outfit that they look like amazing in, there's no way you're not going to get a smile. There's no way that person isn't going to walk out feeling better about themselves. And how can that not be essential right now? And so like remembering, like I think the thing that we mentioned at the beginning, the Rachel Hollis, like how are you showing up for yourself, like really thinking about that, because I know that there's a lot of people, a lot of women especially, showing up for everyone else right now. And so whether that is like you're making like an epic cheese plate like Miriam does at her house, or you're like giving yourself a face massage, like whatever it is, like find, like really urging everyone to find those little moments of beauty in your day-to-day, like everything from like, you know what, I think I'm going to grab this pot of like potted plant and move it over here next to my desk so I can see it every day and it makes me happy. Like, allow yourself the space to come up with those ideas and to experiment and to play around, right?
Yes, definitely.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Yeah. So any final words, ladies? Anything else that you would like to share before we close out for today?
Yeah, I would like to say that, yes, absolutely. The beauty of beauty is that it's unique and everybody's different. And we have to embrace who we are and feel beautiful in our own skin and take advantage. Everybody has something that is gorgeous, beautiful. Bring it out, shine it through, because really the world needs you. The world needs your inside beauty, your beauty, and you need it too. So you have to do it for yourself. You have to, you're going to feel definitely beautiful whenever you do anything for yourself, because it's inside of you. It's a part of you. So like you said, it's an essential. The better we feel about ourselves, the more we can give, the better we're going to be to share with other people. So it is something that if somebody feels that it's a little bit more on the cold side, no, it is not. It's not selfish. It is an essential of the whole part of wellness and well-being as well. So do it for you. You deserve it.
Yes, I agree.
I want to invite and encourage all the ladies who now have gotten all these tips to take it one step at a time. Because if you are something like me, I want to do everything at once. Like, I want to put my face mask and my hair and las uñas and then everything. And then
While you're cleaning out your closet.
Yeah. I want to do everything. I was like, oh my God, why didn't I do this before? So I just invite you to maybe do one thing at a day. You know, like today you're going to do, I don't know, your closet. Tomorrow you're going to do your face, you know, so forth and so on. We still have time.
Yes.
So use that time, because if you do everything at once, you're going to be like, okay, but like I did everything. I built Rome. What else am I supposed to do? You know? So,
Yes.
No, and also that I think that's an important point, because it's not about rushing through this.
Right.
This is about time.
Enjoying the process.
The process is the best part.
It's so much fun.
Right.
Yes, I agree.
And it's also not something that it's one time. I think this is something that once we're in quarantine, like this should be for life.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
Like we should live and abide by this.
Yes.
And I think
absolutely.
And I think there's also like another point to make before we close, is that there are a lot of people, a lot of women quarantining with men, who's in like, maybe they go to the barber a lot and they don't have the ability to do that. So like bringing your male partners into self-care right now, I think could really be supportive. Dora has a video of her giving her husband one of these facial massages, and I was like,
awesome. And it's so awesome.
And he gives me, I train him to give me a massage too.
Nice.
So supporting our men too through this.
Yes. And if you dress up and you just like get, you just show up, nice and clean and made up, and they do it. They follow. They're like, oh, I'm not gonna stay like, I'm gonna go and like shower and get dressed too. So I agree. And don't ever let anyone tell you, oh, you're overdressing, or you too dressed up. Why are you dressing up for? I have gone through all my life, and I used to get self-conscious about it until I stopped. I said, no, you know what? If you're not comfortable with me dressing the way I am, then look the other way, or dress a little better. If because that's showing insecurity. Sorry.
And this is like the perfect way to close, because this is this moment is the perfect reminder that these are things that we do for us.
Yes.
So we feel better. So we are showing up in our full power, even if we're by ourselves in our house, right?
Yes.
Like totally for us. You don't do this for the rest of the world.
No,
so for some people that like were iffy about that, like this is an invitation to see like, how do you show up for you when no one else is looking? When no one else has an opinion, how do you show up for you and let this moment be like how you experience that and how you own that for yourself. So thank you so, so much, ladies. This has been incredibly fun. I feel good just like being in this conversation. I literally have taken so many notes. I cannot wait to try all these things. I will share with you all how it goes. A reminder that all of these amazing women, their Instagrams are all listed in the post. So please follow and support these ladies. If you have follow-up questions, or if you're watching this a little bit later, we will be active in the comments answering your questions. So keep us posted. And if you're interested in supporting our community financially, we also have a donate button listed in the post. Other than that, thank you so much, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.